The Habitat Network is a branch of the International Environmental Weed Foundation. It was created following a series of workshops restoring natural capital.
Our group is International Environmental Weed Foundation. We started out by running workshops in partnership with Hunters Hill Council and Ryde Council. Through those workshops, the community didn't know what the local weeds were and how to control them. They didn't know what the local native plants were or how to use them in their garden. And importantly, they noticed that we're losing our small native birds from our urban area.
Behind us here, there's a lot of vegetation in that zone between 1 metre and 3 metres tall. And that's where the small birds are. They're not higher up, they're not on the ground, they're in that middle level.
The Habitat Network's main activities involve environmental education through giving talks and producing educational material, including brochures, posters, and operating a very extensive website.
We have probably 170-ish people a day that visit that website.
They also consult widely regarding habitat preservation and restoration, with an aim to forming wildlife corridors throughout the Sydney region.
Where we're filming at the moment is the River Glade Reserve in Gladesville, and what we're trying to do here is to create a corridor specifically for small birds, but it'll actually work as a habitat corridor for anything.
Silver eyes, fairy wrens, white-browed scrub wrens, fantails, firetails and thornbills. You can probably find all of those birds in this bit of vegetation behind me if you sat and listened quietly.
So we're here right now. You've got bushland the other side all the way up through here, and then it goes around over Victoria Road into Betts Park, and that's Gladesville Reserve, and then through to Bedlam Bay. We're looking to strategically plant habitat specifically for small birds. Sort of piece by piece we're creating a continuous vegetation corridor.
This area here is an area that was planted last year as part of National Tree Day. In the breeding season, we actually had firetails that were breeding in the hakeas that had been planted just here.
Every breeding season, the females in fairy wren families are kicked out of the family group and have to find a new territory. So they need to have a territory to go to and a way to get there. So that's what this is all about.
Our original desire was to educate people about invasive plants. So we produced these brochures to get people to think about what they've got in their garden, to start to learn about what invasive plants are around and how to control them.
I find very useful the poster called Planting a Small Bird Habitat Haven.
We've created this which actually talks about the different zones of vegetation, the protective area that's in the middle, some spiky plants around it again as protection.
If you think like a small bird, you want to be able to be safe in a spot where a larger bird-eating bird like a currawong or a butcher bird can't get in. So you need that density.
We just like to see people reconnecting with habitat, which is what the Habitat Network is about. So connecting people and habitat at a local level, in their garden, in their suburb, in their city, in their country.
Here's those brochures that you're